Mistakes are things that everyone makes, especially in Apex, from casual players to pros. But there are some mistakes that are so basic that you should not even be doing them, and these mistakes are affecting your ability to improve at Apex Legends. And some of these are really simple mistakes that you subconsciously make without even realizing it. By fixing these, you will see improvement in your overall gameplay. The first mistake Apex Legends players make is team fighting. Whether you are solo queuing or playing in a full pre-made squad, you lack coordination or even the game sense to properly help your teammates in a fight. Allow me to explain. In Apex, you aren't always going to be fighting 1v1s, which is why it's a team game. You are going to be constantly put up against teams at your skill level or mainly above because skill-based matchmaking is broken. With that being said, you're going to need your team behind you helping you out in a fight, or you helping them in a fight. A mistake I see Apex players make is that they don't know how to fight in a team, or in fact they don't team fight at all. If your teammates are going up against another team, you are just going to be up against a 3v3. You and your other two teammates can be peeking the same angle. One has to get the off angle to surprise that enemy team by getting one low enough to provide the opportunity for you and your other two teammates to push. You can't be leaving your teammates mid-fight in a 2v3 situation just because you were too busy looting at your nearby net box with loot you don't even need, or in a completely different building or floor on that building where your teammates are fighting. You need to actively be with your team or close enough to them so in case an enemy team comes up, you are able to help in that 3v3 situation instead of leaving them at a disadvantage in a 2v3. The second mistake I see Apex players doing is their lack of situational awareness. I can write an entire book about reading a situation in game and how to properly react to it, but I won't right now. I'll just give you a summarized version. Let's say you are in Fragment, the home place of sweats. You land at train station next to streamer building. You and your teammates are looking for loot while waiting for the perfect opportunity to go into streamer building to third party and clean up with minimal effort. But instead, one of your teammates rushes in too early while there are 4 teams and a race zipline jumping up and down with a wingman in that building. Not to mention the other teams that are making their way to streamer building as well. By the time your teammate runs through that door, there are 3 other teams coming into the building. Now there are 7 teams and the sweaty rated wingman. The odds of your team winning all those fights are 1%. Even with you and your other teammates going in to help, your odds are just now 3%. Your teammate failed to read the situation at hand and ended up costing your team the entire game. Example number 2, you will see this a lot in high tier games and even pro play. There are 3 teams left, including your team. One team has a 2-man and next team is a full 3 stack. Team A is a Octane and Revenant. Team B is a Seer, Caustic and Loba. Your team is a full 3-man as well. Team A are both using snipers and Team B is using 1 sniper and the other 2 are using full auto weapons. You are now met with a situation that you need to deal with. You need to deal with the team that is the most dangerous when the time comes for it. Which team do you think is the most threatening to your team? Team A or B? If you answer B, you are wrong. It's Team A. Team A has a Octane and Revenant. Even if they both have snipers, they still have their death totem and jump pad combo. So given at the right time when you are fighting Team B and you end up winning, they can easily third party you and before you can even reset and heal up, which allows them to win the game even though they are 2-man. Team using snipers. They are the most dangerous team at hand. You might be wondering, if I go in to attack Team A, then won't Team B just third party just like Team A? You are correct. Team A is just a 2-man team, which means it's a 2v3 in your case. If all 3 of you go to push the 2-man team, it should be an easy wipe. Team B still has the opportunity to third party, but is not as great as a severity as Team A's third party because they only have 1 mobility legend, which is Loba. She can go in for the third party, but then it's at 1v3 for her, and she'll most likely die and leave her Caustic and Seer teammate left behind because those 2 aren't mobility legends and will be slow to get to the third party. With Octane's jump pad, you can carry your entire team from point A to point B, which is why I said Team A is more dangerous, which is why you need to take out Team A first. These are just 2 examples of situational awareness because it's hard to explain just outright what situational awareness is without giving examples, but you need to properly assess the situation that you are presented with in game and try to think of the best possible outcome for you and your teammates, because it can cost you the game if you aren't aware of a situation happening right in front of you. The 4th mistake I see Apex players making are not using grenades, are not using them properly. Grenades are extremely useful regardless of the situation in a fight. You can provide an opening for you and your team by getting damage on the enemy team by using skynades and just overall using grenades to your advantage. You can use skynades to clear an enemy team off a roof of a building you're holding. This works best with frag grenades because it takes 6 seconds to detonate the grenade. So if you skynade it, it will implode upon impact. As a horizon main, I always carry grenades, whether it's arc stars, frag grenades, or even thermites, because you never know when you'll actually need them to get you out of a tough situation or to open up a push for you and your team on an enemy. The fifth and final mistake I see Apex players making is not communicating. If you don't use your mic in game, you always have the ping system, and Apex has a very good ping system. You have so many different options when pinging. You can hold down your ping button and open the options menu. You need to be using this to give your team information on whether you see an enemy, if there was an enemy in the area you are now, if you are going in for the attack on an enemy team, if you are defending this area, if you're going to loot another area, or if you're going somewhere else. You can use your pings to tell your teammates whether or not you are going with them to an area or to push a team by holding down on their ping and using the different options. You can communicate really well, but not perfectly with the ping system in Apex. So please use it, because I cannot tell you the amount of times my teammates have died because they don't listen to my pings and go off on their own and do their own thing, and then turn on their mic calling me trash for not following their stupid ideas. I hope this video helps you to overcome some of these simple mistakes that a lot of Apex players do, and maybe even you as well. This has been Playboy Sasuke. Until next video, Merry Christmas and have a great day.